down everything around. Meanwhile, it looks like he is researching Zealot legs, wants to run in and try to take out those tanks and get him as much as possible. Let's see what else is on the production tab. Things are a little bit slow right now. Kiwi is getting upgrades on his ground units. Looks like he's going to be getting +1 attack. Doesn't have any upgrades anywhere else. I'm sorry, that was Silver. Kiwi doesn't have any upgrades, but it's going to start researching. +1 attack for his ground units right now for his Zealots, and going to be probably taking this expansion somewhat soon. Not sure why he's not firing at these rocks. Maybe he's deciding whether or not he wants to take the gold or not. Silver now going to be scouting, and with these 4 Hellions going to be trying to do a drop, trying to gain some economic advantage back. He feels he's pretty secure in the front. He's going to be sending that Zealot to scout things out. And here comes Silver around the back, going to be dropping at the expansion. Hopefully, we'll see how much damage he can do. Looking at the unit tab right now, Kiwi is ahead with 48, but a bunch of probes going down. These Hellions aren't going to survive for very long. Going to try to fry as many as they can before they get taken out. And Kiwi there warping in his units to kind of block Silver from being able to run. Really cool play there from Kiwi. And now the forces are bulking up for both sides. Looking at the farm count, it looks like Kiwi has caught up. He did lose a few, maybe just a handful of units there, but still ahead in his economy. Right now Silver with the mules able to pull ahead when they go down, but still is behind in the harvester count. And it looks like Kiwi is going to be taking this expansion, although Silver is actively scouting it. Does find that he's here, and we'll see if he's going to run around and give it some pressure. Meanwhile, Silver going to be taking his 3rd base as well, breaking down his rocks and kind of setting up his defenses, which include the missile turret and the supply depot. So things kind of calm from both sides. Silver trying his best to keep an eye on his opponent. Kind of has a sense of where everything is. Does have control of this watchtower at the moment. So Kiwi meanwhile trying to do the same, but looks like he's going to have his observers taken out. This Raven playing a critical role for Silver to prevent any sort of scouting anywhere. So, and looking at the production tab, we have the armory going down for Silver. Not sure if he's going to be adding Thors to his mix or if he just wants to start upgrading some of his mech units. And going to Kiwi, we have some Stargates posted on the outside and the fleet beacon going down, so we might see a transition to late game carriers. But looks like Silver right now feels like he has enough tanks, has about 6 tanks out in the field, going to be sieging up. And you know, right now on this map it's going to be difficult for once he gains sight, Silver's going to be able to slam this high ground right now too. And Silver going to be using that side by dropping down an auto turret from the Raven, but also using the Raven to gain side. Can see everything right now, and just going to be bombing away. Kiwi, I don't think wants to run into this. Isn't really going to be ready for this ground army, and looks like he might just be bulking up his Void Rays to run here and do some damage. It looks. I don't think that 22 Marines against charged Void Rays might go down pretty quickly. Right now we have 5 Void Rays and those Marines coming down. Silver just blasting away at that assimilator and going to be moving more tanks in proximity. Wants to see what kind of units Kiwi is summoning out. Looks like all ground units. I think Silver is going to be lulled into a slight sense of security right now. But Kiwi meanwhile coming in with about, let's say, 6 Void Rays, going to be frying these tanks to bits. Silver really needs to retreat his units, and does have a few bunkers down, does have some Marines out there, but these tanks are going to fall pretty quickly if they don't get out of there. Meanwhile, we'll see if Kiwi is going to be making a big push, trying his best to pick off these tanks on the outside. Probably going to be able to. I think Silver should retreat them, and yeah, it's just going to be hitting them as much as possible. Silver trying to chase them off with his Marines. Is Kiwi going to go around? Yes, does see that Hellion was being scouted, and now is going to go around, try to pick off some sort of main or other part of Silver's base. Silver now having to run back and try to deal with these Void Rays. I think this command center is going to go down. They are charging up like crazy, and these Marines might fall too. No, Kiwi's just going to run around, and with the mobility of the Void Rays, going to try to do as much harassment as possible. More Void Rays on the way for Kiwi. Going to be taking down these starports, and this is going to be a big problem for Silver. He does have 3 starports right now, one with the reactor on, but does not have enough units to deal with this Void Ray composition. And this Raven is in here. I don't know 100% why. Probably should be repairing it right now. Might be trying to detect some sort of unit, but doesn't have enough. I guess it does have. Could throw down. I don't even know if point defense drone does anything against Void Rays. I don't think it does. Meanwhile, Kiwi going to be bulking up his forces. And big battle in the middle. Kiwi trying to use that time to push out, but not going to be do much against those tanks. Let's see if going to be using that charge at the last second. Meanwhile, Silver going to be reinforcing his units, and Kiwi just waiting for his Void Rays to join up with his main army. That door is going to come out here, but big battle in the middle. The Void Rays are frying everything. The ground units of Kiwi are taking massive damage. I think he's just trying to micro 2 things at once and isn't able to really get it done, and just suffering punishment for his ground units. But going to be using this Void Ray army, which at this point Silver still doesn't have a strong response for. It looks like he has about just a handful of Vikings, probably 4 or 5, and some Marines in here too, but most of his army is trying to deal with the ground force at the same time. And looking back at his base, he did lose that 1 starport. Is going to have another starport right now, pumping out as many Vikings as he possibly can. Going to be bulking up in the Vikings, and let's see, Kiwi now going to be sad, getting his 3rd base, has taken out Silver's 3rd base right now. So going to be pulling ahead in the in the economy, and everything just bulking up in the middle right now. Kiwi trying to snipe off tanks when he can, is able to snipe off quite a few. It looks like Silver has overextended himself with the tanks, and just kind of biding his time, waiting for the right moment to strike, slowly picking off those units. Looking at the farm count right now, Kiwi is ahead. And so Kiwi looks like he's in pretty good shape. Silver is going to be running this rogue unit set. Probably going to be trying to pick off this base right now, or trying to snipe it with these marauders who can pretty much, just take a few shots at pretty much anything. Kiwi, meanwhile, I think either detected that or kind of had a hint that it was coming, and the mothership has come out. Silver now has to retreat. I think saw that mothership cloaking the Nexus, and we're gonna have a mothership run in here and do some massive damage to this army. Silver should begin thinking about spreading this out as the mothership does move in, and here we go. I think Kiwi's still trying to pick off some more units, but Silver does have a response to the Void Rays at this point. But now with this massive army push and the mothership, once that vortex goes down, it could swallow up almost everything here, and could be really bad news for Kiwi. The mothership leading in, absorbing most of that damage, and down goes the vortex. Everything gets sucked in. The tanks, Silver just running his units into that vortex. He doesn't want his army to get split, but and Kiwi just letting his units go in there as well. So once these units come out, it's just going to be a massive battle, and the Side Storm just raining down. They cannot escape once the vortex spits them out. The Side Storm is just coming down, and it looks like Silver is not going to be in good shape right now, and he has left the game. So great play by Kiwi to take out one of the kind of hot players right now, and kind of using that mothership to knew that there was a big ball in the middle, and timing his attacks at the right time, getting his Side Stormers down. So great play by both players. This has been another broadcast by JCS Starcraft, and I'm signing out.